So I guess they're 1-8 overall.
Right now, I think that they're on the bottom of the Division II. But I'm sure if he gets those, a couple more players back, they could do the same as last year. They could come on strong at the end of the season. And of course, that's really what counts at the end of the season.
Massena going into the game at 5-1 in the league and 7-1 overall. Wanzer will take the face-off for Norwood Norfolk. Wanzer, Todd, and Shannon Scott, and Bill McQuaig's line out for Massena. And immediately off the face-off, an injured flyer right off the draw.
Right off the face-off, the Norwood Norfolk
was Shannon Scott. And I think he got his helmet knocked off, and he's okay.
He's okay.
Fortunately.
I think he just sort of got maybe the bell rung a little bit there.
Yeah.
Right at the face-off. He was down, but he's back up. The helmet's back on. They'll face it off again.
Certainly, Norwood Norfolk can't afford to lose any more bodies.
No.
Bill McQuaig out there for Massena. Mark DeRushy on the left side. Chris Wiley on the right side. A very productive line this year for the Massena Red Raiders off the draw. Wiley trying to pick it up. He can't control. It's picked up there by Shannon Scott, who immediately dumps it in the Massena zone. Back there is Frigo for the Raiders, being forechecked by Wanzer. Clears it along the boards to Wiley. A check thrown there. Todd steps in, tries to get the puck for Norwood. He can't. Here comes Bill McQuaig to center ice. McQuaig leading the Massena attack across the blue line. DeRushy left side. Centering pass goes just wide of the goal mouth into the corner. Todd back checking, tries to pick it up. McQuaig throws a hard check. They jam at it in the corner. The puck squirts free and out to center ice. Picked up there by Frigo. The body's flying around already, and we're going to have a penalty, a roughing call against the Massena Red Raiders, as Mark DeRushy will get a minute and a half to sit and think about it, as he is called for roughing. Incidentally, the officials, Lenny Landrio and Tom Smith. So Norwood Norfolk will go on the power play here, right off the bat, as Mark Richards' line comes out there. Bobby Myers on one side, Joe McKenna on the other side. Out to kill it, Buffy Richards for Massena. We've got two Richards on the Norwood Norfolk team and one on Massena. That'll be fun. McLean is back with Frigo playing the points for the Massena Red Raiders. Off the face-off, Fiacco with it, playing defense. Louis Fiacco, he has the puck stolen. Northrup drops it back, and McLean fires it down the length of the ice. Fiacco goes back to pick it up. Fiacco out there with Doug Levine. A lot of these names we do remember from last year, but there are some big players missing, like George Molnar and Heath Huxell, who were really solid performers on the blue line last year for Norwood Norfolk. Here comes Fiacco with a puck now on the backhand, clears it to the Massena blue line. Frigo picks it up, circles around at his own blue line, feeds it ahead for Buffy Richards. Off the wall, Richards after it again. He follows into the zone, centering pass meant for Northrup, a little bit too far. Northrup follows it into the corner, looks to tie it up, and he does. And so far, Massena not having much trouble killing off this penalty. 37 seconds left in the penalty. 13:28 left in the first period. No score in the hockey game. Massena will send out some fresh penalty killers coming out on the ice. Dave Romeo and Matt Hart. Chilton and Castleman will come back to take the points. No score in the hockey game. We are just underway in the first period. Norwood Norfolk on the power play. Off the draw. The puck bouncing around as the Wanzer line back out there. Here comes Fiacco rushing down the ice. His shot from center ice is blocked. They jam at it. Castleman trying to come up with it. He can't. Wanzer has it. Feeds it into the open corner. Chilton right there will loft it down the ice. In fact, it doesn't stay on the ice. It goes up into the crowd. And we'll have a face-off deep in the Massena zone to the left side of goaltender Greg Jeffrey. Incidentally, playing between the pipes for Norwood Norfolk, Gary Gushlaw. No score in the hockey game. We're down to 20 seconds in the Flyer power play. Romeo will take the draw against Wanzer. Off the face-off, they jam at it. It goes into the corner, left side. Back to the point. Picking it up there, Louis Fiacco. His shot goes wide. Goes around to Levine, left point. Levine trying to slide it through to Wanzer. Wanzer shoots it right on, and Jeffrey's going to cover it up and force a face-off with 6 seconds left in the power play. 12:57 left in the first period. No score in the hockey game. Massena, Norwood Norfolk here at the arena. Flyers will make another change. Coming back out will be the Mark Richards line. Richards out there. Well, let's see here. No, I checked that. Jarvis's line out there. Jarvis with the other Richards, Brian Richards and Mark Lattison off the faceoff. The puck cleared out to center ice as Todd Manley tried to keep it in but couldn't. Manley comes back for it, dumps it back into the Massena zone. The penalty is up, and Massena back to full strength. Here comes the Red Raiders. This time it's Wiley leading the attack across the line. Looking, drop pass nicely. Here's McQuaig. They tip it in the net. McQuaig passing it across to Mark DeRushy. DeRushy gets the goal from McQuaig and Wiley, and that one was a real easy goal to read, wasn't it?
Well, it was a typical 3-on-1, and it went from Wiley to McQuaig and over to DeRushy on the left side. DeRushy sort of held back. He hugged the corner of the net. McQuaig just shoved it over to him, and he had half the net to shoot at. Massena goes ahead, 1-0.
Not much of a chance for goaltender Gary Gutschlaw on that one. And the faceoff moves out to center ice off the draw. It comes to Lee Frigo. Frigo takes across the red line and dumps it in the corner. Whistles around behind the net. DeRushy steps in there to pick it up. Trying to jam it back there. Now back to pick it up is Mark Richards for Norwood Norfolk. He feeds it up along the boards. They jam at it. McQuaig picks it up. Drops it back to the point. Frigo shot deflected in the net. Lee Frigo took the shot. Somebody crossing. What is it, DeRushy?
I think it was DeRushy again. I think DeRushy was crossing in front. As he did, he just tipped it. It wasn't a hard shot at all, Jerry, because when he tipped it, he changed the direction. And Massena goes ahead 2-0.
Buffy Richards line out there now against the Mark Richards line off the faceoff. Puck goes to Manley. It is DeRushy getting the goal. Into the zone. Dowd after it. He can't control. Buffy Richards trying to come up with it. He's taken off the puck. And it's Louis Fiacco behind the net. Fiacco clearing it around. Frigo steps in. Jams it right in front. And it's deflected by Dowd into the corner. And Dowd's going to get called for a hooking call. And what that was a retaliatory call as the Norwood Norfolk player got him first. But, of course, the official didn't see that. And on the retaliation by Tim Dowd, Tom Smith was looking right at him. And he gets called for hooking. So Norwood Norfolk will go back on the power play with 11:51 left to play in the first period, but the Massena Red Raiders leading it by a score of 2-0. Wanzer's line back out there against Buffy Richards, out to try to kill the penalty. Also, we have Northrup, Scotty Northrup. Richards with a puck in his own zone. Back to the point it goes. Levine keeps it in. His shot deflected. Doesn't even get through. Bobby Page is out there, and he's got the puck. Feeding it ahead for Richards. Richards to Northrup. Here comes Northrup. Oh, he almost had a breakaway, but offsides will be called. And somehow Fiacco got a stick on it. Northrup trying to feed Richards, streaking in right down the middle. But somehow Fiacco got a stick on it. Inadvertently or not, I don't know, but it broke up the play and caused the offside.
Those goals came just 22 seconds apart, Jerry. That was quick.
It was quick. Again, that first line of Massena putting the puck in the net. Off the faceoff, here's Louis Fiacco for the Flyers. Starts to move it ahead. Long headman pass goes by everybody. Hart steps in there. Now Frigo, he jams it back to the Norwood Norfolk line. Fiacco steps across the red line with the puck. Feeds it deep in the Massena zone. Bobby Page after it. Page has it taken away by Wanzer. Wanzer back to the point. Fiacco. Fiacco trying to get the shot off. It's knocked down by Frigo. It goes in behind the net. Frigo looking to tie it up right behind the net. The puck bouncing around now into the side of the net. Wanzer centering pass. They jam at it, and I think Jeffrey had to make a save. Frigo picks up the puck and clears it down the length of the ice. In fact, it goes right on. Gary Gutschlaw has to steer it aside. Now Fiacco with the puck once again. Starting to move it ahead. Long headband pass for Dougie Levine. It goes to Todd. Todd goes for Wanzer. Wanzer trying to feed it through. It slides to the Massena zone, but Matt Castleman is there for the Raiders. He tries to jam it out of there. It hits Wanzer's back. Castleman picks it up again, gets it out to center ice and down the ice with 8 seconds left in the Norwood Norfolk power play. 10:26 and counting in the period. Period number 1, the score 2-0 in favor of the Massena Red Raiders. Now DeRushy throws the check, gets the puck, trying to go through. Fiacco takes it off his stick, bounces off the boards. They jam at it right in the face-off circle. Now McQuaig gets a piece of it. Richards clears it to center ice, though, for Norwood Norfolk. Comes to Castleman, who dumps it right back in the Flyer zone. Goes around the boards behind the net. DeRushy steps in there. He's upended, gets back up again. Now McQuaig after it. McQuaig in the face-off circle. Back to the point. McLean shot deflected right on. It goes in the net. And I think DeRushy got that one, too.
I think so. Again, Mark DeRushy, he uses the size, in front of that net, Jerry. They can't push him out of there. And that's the second deflection. And that's the third goal for the night. In all 3 goals, he was, within 6 feet of the net.
And if DeRushy has that, that's a hat trick.
Right, that's the quickest hat trick I think I've seen in a long time.
The hat trick in 5:04 of the first period. If that's the case, we'll wait on it. But it looked like it was DeRushy for McLean and perhaps McQuaig. We'll wait on the official, though. Yes. McQuaig's line still out there for the Massena Red Raiders, and it's the Denny Jarvis line for Norwood Norfolk. Peter McLean, headman. Bill McQuaig. McQuaig knocked off the puck, and we have an offsides on the play. So they'll bring it back outside. Wiley got the goal? Okay. So it was Wiley from...
McQuaig and McLean.
Okay, so it must have been Wiley was cruising across.
Rushy was there, but I guess the deflection was Wiley.
Guess he was just running interference that time. 3-0 Massena. We're still in the first period. Off the face-off, the puck behind the net. They jam at it there in the Norwood Norfolk zone. Cleared up along the boards. Here's Peter McLean at the point, feeding it through. Here comes an opportunity for the Raiders. They fire right on the rebound. They jam at it. It's the side of the net, behind the net, tied up, and we'll have a face-off. As Massena still trying to get another goal here is DeRushy right in the thick of things along with Bill McQuaig. Back there trying to prevent it, Brian Searles. And he apparently worked because the puck did not go in the net. It went behind the net. Face-off will be in the Norwood Norfolk zone as they make a change. Steve Wanzer's line coming back out there for the Flyers. And who are we going to have? Buffy Richards' line for the Massena Red Raiders. Chilton back there playing the point along with Bobby Page. Wanzer takes the face-off. It goes to Dowd. Dowd taken out of the play. Buffy Richards picks it up, steps around to check. Here's Richards behind the net, circling. Richards having a little trouble with the puck now. Goes all the way back to the point. He still got it. Now the cross-ice pass intercepted. Todd picks it up. The headman goes to Wanzer. Here comes Wanzer across the blue line right side. He loses the puck. Buffy Richards picks it up as Bobby Page threw a big check there. Now the headman goes to Dowd down the left wing side. Dowd trying to get by the check by Searles. The puck gets through. He doesn't. And the puck comes to Wanzer behind the net. He and Buffy Richards go after it. Comes right in front. Here's a shot by Northrop. The sprawling defenseman makes the save. Another shot and a save by Gary Gushlaw. Puck back to the point. Chilton. Chilton shot goes off a leg out to center ice. Chilton has to come back for it. Chilton now right at the red line. He clears it into the Norwood Norfolk zone. It's right back out. Here's Wanzer now. Wanzer with a 2-on-2. Drop pass. The puck is poke check free, and Buffy Richards comes back. Here comes Richards, 2-on-2. Richards trying to center it to Northrop. It goes on Gushlaw, and he makes the save and holds on as Scott Northrop kind of tripped over him. And with 8:19 left to play in period number 1, the score remains 3-0 in favor of the Massena Red Raiders. We do have some other scores to report. Today's activity, regular season games, it was Canton over Lake Placid 5-3. St. Lawrence Central beat Malone 3-1. They're coming on. And it was Plattsburgh losing to Alex Bay 7-4. And the Bay, I think, is a pretty good team, too. We'll have some more scores for you when we have another break in the action, some tournament action. Here's Peter McLean with the puck, dumping it behind the net. Hard check thrown by Ken Hurlbut. Now the puck picked up behind the net. Castleman, or I should say Hart. Hart still has it, centering pass, and that's knocked down. And the puck moved by Mark Richards, and it came out and back in, so offsides will be called on Massena. About halfway through the first period, the Raiders leading 3-0. 7:46 is what's left to play. Mark Richards' line out there. Richards, Joe McKenna, and Bobby Myers for the Flyers. Off the faceoff, David Romeo trying to control. It goes to Todd Manley, who feeds it out to center ice. Picked up by Frigo. Frigo's pass is intercepted, and right back comes Mark Richards. Now Levine with it. Levine has it taken away. Peter McLean has the puck. Over to Lee Frigo. Frigo, the headman, meant for Matt Hart, but it goes by him deep in the Norwood Norfolk zone. Doug Levine back to pick it up for the Flyers. Levine starts out right side of his own cage. Headman pass doesn't get out of the zone. Levine follows it up himself, clears to center ice. Now it's dumped back in by Frigo. DeRushy has it for a second, but he can't control as Manley gets it back again. DeRushy was almost in by himself. Mark looking for the hat trick, but he's got Wiley in front. Oh, the puck jumped right over Wiley's stick back to the point. Kept in by McLean. He winds a shot right on the save made by Gushlaw. Now DeRushy in the corner to try to pick it up. Gets by a check, centering pass to Wiley. Wiley to McQuaig, the backhander, goes underneath, right in front, and it's cleared back to the point. As I'll tell you what, Gushlaw had no idea where that puck was.
He made the save, but then he had no idea where the puck was. No.
It went through his legs, but it did not go in the net. And an icing call on Norwood Norfolk as they just relieved the pressure a little bit.
Massena putting a lot of pressure on Norwood Norfolk. Most of the play, except for the 2 power plays that the Norwood Norfolk has, most of the play has been in the Norwood Norfolk end, Jerry.
McQuaig's line still out there for Massena. McQuaig, DeRushy, and Wiley. Castleman playing 1 point along with Chilton. And it's going to be Mark Richards' line out there. Off the face-off. McQuaig trying to control. He can't. Back to pick it up is Denny Jarvis. Jarvis can't clear. Castleman's shot goes wide. Hits the back of the net. Racing back trying to pick it up is Searles. He and Wiley go together. The puck squirts off the ice surface. And we'll have another face-off. 6.5 left to play first period. 3-0 Massena. Couple of goals by Mark DeRushy and a goal by Chris Wiley. It's been the story here in the first period. Off the face. The puck comes to Fiacco. Fiacco trying to clear it ahead. Here's Denny Jarvis, has it poke checked away. Fiacco. McQuaig, they jam at it. McQuaig picks it up across the blue line. Looking. McQuaig stops, drops it back to Castleman. Castleman, his shot is knocked down. It goes into the corner. Bill McQuaig picks it up. Circles behind the net. Here's McQuaig. Skating around through the crease, drops it to the point. Castleman's shot again knocked down. And it comes free. It's picked up by Brian Richards, who clears it into the Massena zone. Racing back for it is Castleman. He goes behind the net for Massena. Starts out left side. Headman pass. Hits McQuaig. Here comes McQuaig. He's got Wiley with him. McQuaig steps across the blue line by a check. McQuaig centering pass. DeRushy right in front trying to get a stick on it. He's knocked down. It goes free to Wiley. He jams at it, but on top of it is Gary Gushlaw, and he makes the save, and the face-off will come in the Norwood Norfolk zone with 5:40 left to play here in period number 1. Massena leading it by a score of 3-0.
Again, Gushlaw, they puck him out in front. It just sort of stopped out there, and Gushlaw wisely jumped on that puck before Wiley could get the shot off.
Going to see the fourth line as, let's see here. Chad Balance will be centering Ron Converse and Willie Ransom. First time we've seen him this early in a hockey game, I think, Reg.
Right, it is.
Here's Todd now, across the red line. His shot, kind of a knuckleball, and the save made by Jeffrey. The puck still in the Massena zone. Back trying to pick it up is Chad Balance. He clears it around the boards. Todd there for Norwood Norfolk. Centering pass, intercepted, and back comes Chad Balance again. Balance, the headman pass for Converse. Converse looking for Ransom. Oh, and his pass is intercepted. Good play by Dougie Levine to break that one up. Now the puck back to the point. Page can't keep it in. It slides out to center ice. Back to pick it up is Ransom. Ransom and Todd go after it. Todd gets the puck, feeds it deep into the Massena zone where Lee Frigo goes back to pick it up. Here's Frigo. His headman gets by. He starts to move it. Frigo across the blue line, across the red line. Pass goes to Balance. A delay offsides called against Massena, but Norwood Norfolk clears it. And right back comes Shannon Scott. His shot goes wide from center ice. The puck still in the Massena zone. McKenna after it there. He gets by a check. McKenna in the corner, right side of Massena goaltender, feeding it ahead to Richards. Back to McKenna behind the net. Centering pass right in front. And a big mix-up of players, and Balance picks it up. Balance, the headman. Here's Timmy Dowd. Dowd has it poke checked away, now takes it in the zone. Massena in the middle of a line change here. The puck in the Norwood Norfolk zone. We're going to have matching minors as Tim Dowd mixing it up along with Joe McKenna. Or, excuse me, Richards, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Who was that? Manley. Okay. So they'll go off matching roughing calls with 4:14 left in the period. 3-0, Massena leading it. Buffy Richards out there along with Scott Northrup for Massena. Castleman and McLean are back. It's Searles back along with Fiacco for Norwood Norfolk. Richards out front along with McKenna. Now it's Northrup in the corner. He's double teamed, and picking up the puck there is Joe McKenna. McKenna centering pass. Goes to Searles. Searles trying to clear the zone ahead to McKenna. He follows it himself. Bounces off the boards. Castleman. Headman pass goes to Buffy Richards for Massena. He's just going to dump it in the Norwood Norfolk zone. Stop behind the net by Gushlaw. Now it's cleared around the boards. Comes all the way back to Castleman. His shot, a high bouncer. It goes right on. And that one took a dip, and Gushlaw had to be quick to glove it and hold on. Face-off will be in the Norwood Norfolk zone. The right side this time of goaltender Gary Gushlaw. 3:39 left to go first period. Massena on top, 3-0. 55 seconds left in the matching minors. Off the draw, the puck back to the point. Bobby Page's shot right on. It's gloved. That was right about chest high. And Gushlaw, not very hard either. Gushlaw got the glove up. And we'll do it all over again from the right side. Off the face-off. The puck off the boards. After it is Buffy Richards. He can't control it. Back comes Norwood Norfolk. It's Lattison. Lattison fires one from center ice right on. Jeffrey leaves it behind the net for Chilton. Chilton has it poke checked away to the side of the net. And Jeffrey says, that's enough. Puts the glove on it and will face it off in the Massena zone. Lattison will take the face-off again against Buffy Richards. Off the draw. They jam at it. It's picked up right in front of the net by the Flyers. They can't control it. And the puck back to the point. Fiacco trying to keep it in. He can't. It slides all the way into the Norwood Norfolk zone. After it is Doug Levine. Levine off the boards. Chilton has it there. Steps by a check. Feeds it across the blue line. Northrop. Northrop just bangs it off the boards and gets a check. Now the Flyers out to center ice again. Bobby Page at his own blue line for Massena. Headman pass goes to Northrop. Northrop has it poke checked away. They try to move it in. That's Todd Charlin. Now back comes Massena's Northrop. Feeding it ahead for Tim Dowd as the matching minors are up. We're back to full strength with 2.5. Buffy Richards. Richards at the red line. He's taken out of the play by Todd, who picks up the puck. On the backhand in the Massena zone, it's right back out to center ice. Here's Louis Fiacco. Fiacco cross ice for Dougie Levine. Levine out to center ice. And the puck poked away. The layoff side's on Massena, but the Flyers will clear it, I think. Nope, they didn't. As David Romeo stepped in there, as Norwood Norfolk kind of fiddled around with it for a while, and Romeo forced the offside call. 2:11 left in the period. Period number 1 here at the Massena Arena. Our score is 3-0 on 1340. WMSA Red Raider Hockey. Off the face-off, the puck comes to Manley in his own zone, trying to feed it over on the other side. They jam at it there. And that's Dougie Levine trying to come up with it. Wands are in there to help out as well. The puck stolen right in front. Back to the point now. McLean shot right on. Gushlaw makes the save. And Manley picks up the puck, and Gushlaw looked behind him that time. Manley with it. Feeding it to an open wing. Picked up by Todd. Todd's headman pass. Poke checked away. Right back comes Massena. Romeo, he couldn't control. Now Matt Hart after it. He has a little problem with it. Back to center ice. Wanzer. Wanzer has it stolen at the blue line. The puck's sitting there. They fight for it, and it slides out to center ice. We have a whistle, and we're going to have a tripping call. And I think it's going to go against Norwood Norfolk, and if that's the case, Massena will have their first power play of the evening. Yeah, it is. It's just going to be a lone Norwood Norfolk penalty. And let's see. That's going to be Shannon Scott going off for tripping. So for the next minute and a half, Massena will be on the power play unless they score a goal. Just a minute 32 left in the first period. Massena leading at 3-0.
This will be the first power play goal for Massena tonight. Norwood Norfolk has 3 and unable to score on those. This is the first one for Norwood Norfolk. Or for Massena, I should say.
Off the face-off, McQuaig. Ahead to Wiley. Wiley drops it back to the blue line. McLean playing 1 point along with Buffy Richards. Massena power play. Here's DeRushy. Drop pass. Goes to Peter McLean. McLean over to Richards. Richards at the left point. Back to McLean. McLean to Richards. Richards takes a shot. It's knocked down. The puck comes behind the net. Back to the point it goes. Richards over to McLean. McLean has it poke checked away. And Buffy Richards has to come back. But Peter McLean is called for holding as racing out of the zone was McKenna. And McLean held him.
McLean lost the puck on that. As he did, McKenna started to go down the ice, so really all McLean could do was to grab onto him. Otherwise, it would have been a clean breakaway.
So that'll even things up here again. As McQuaig and DeRushy stay out there. Chilton steps on the ice. He'll be out with Castleman. Wanzer out there with Todd for the Flyers. Off the face-off, the puck in the Norwood Norfolk zone goes to the side of the net. And it's steered by Gushlaw into the corner. Here comes Fiacco, starting to move it out for Norwood Norfolk. Fiacco feeding it ahead. It's intercepted by DeRushy. Now it comes to Chilton. Chilton over to Castleman. Castleman across the red line, trying to feed it ahead. It goes to Bill McQuaig. McQuaig takes it in. Looking. McQuaig. Poke checked away. Castleman. Castleman's shot right through the slot, but it's knocked down by a defenseman. McQuaig picks it up the right side of the goalie in the corner. Back to the point it goes. Chilton. Chilton winds his shot. The save by Gushlaw. The rebound. McQuaig side of the net. He's too deep for the shot. Takes it back out front. DeRushy fired it wide. And Wanzer is going to pick it up with 16 seconds left in the period. Steve Wanzer has it poke checked away by Bill McQuaig, feeding DeRushy, 2-on-2. Here comes DeRushy trying to break through. It's broken up. It comes back to the blue line. Chilton can't keep it in. And with 4 seconds left, that'll just about take care of the period right there. And so period number 1 ends with the Massena Red Raiders leading it by a score of 3-0. When we come back in the second period, the Flyers will have a 26-second power play, as there are 26 seconds left in the penalty to Peter McLean. So we played a period of hockey here at the Massena.
I saw the Russian game before our game, and he said the Russian had one player who was just head and shoulders above everybody else. I didn't get his name, but I'm sure in about 2 years you'll see him in that Red Army team, Jerry.
Yeah. Or maybe that Russian
say a little bit more about
team.
the play maybe after the period. The play is a little bit different than here.
Off the face-off, we're ready to start the second period. Massena killing a penalty here. Bobby Page has it in his own zone, feeds it to DeRushy. DeRushy dumps it down the ice. As we're down to 15 seconds in the Massena penalty. The Raiders lead it 3-0 here. We're in the second period, just underway. The Flyers start to move it out. Dougie Levine has it for Norwood Norfolk. Levine on the backhand, clears it ahead to Shannon Scott. Scott has it poke checked away by McQuaig, and McLean steps out on the ice. We're back to full and equal strength. Now McQuaig feeds it in the zone, but offsides will be called as Mark DeRushy about 1.5 miles in the zone, and he got caught in there. 14:27 left to go in the middle period. Massena leading at 3-0. Other hockey tonight, a couple of college games going on as Clarkson is hosting Princeton tonight. St. Lawrence is coming off their first win of the season over Princeton. They're hosting Army tonight. Those games should be, well, probably halfway through the first period or so. Oh, DeRushy clears it right across the goal mouth. Back to the point it goes. The shot deflected. McQuaig has it. He shoots it right on. The save made by Gushlaw. Now it's Todd clearing it ahead. Here comes Myers. Myers across the blue line. He fires it right on Jeffrey. I think he was trying to pass the puck to himself, but it went too far. Jeffries covers up, and we'll have the face-off with 14:08 left to play in the second period. Massena leading it 3-0. Mark Richards line out there now. Richards out there with Joe McKenna, Bobby Myers. Levine playing 1 point along with Todd Manley. Out for Massena, the Buffy Richards line. Richards out there with Northrop and Dowd. Off the face-off, the puck comes to Peter McLean, who's playing 1 point along with Matt Castleman. McLean feeding it along the puck board. It finally jumps off, picked up by Northrop. His headman pass goes to Dowd by way of Richards. Dowd across the blue line, poke checked away. Richards tries to follow up, goes back to the blue line, and it's out to center ice. Bobby Myers with it, feeding it into the Massena zone. Castleman is there for the Raiders. Cross-ice pass goes to Northrop. Northrop starts across the red line now. Northrop steps into the zone, feeds it into the corner. Buffy Richards chases it down. Richards behind the net, hard check thrown. Puck picked up, back to the point. McLean winds his shot. Oh, goes off a leg. Had to hurt a little bit. That was McKenna who caught that one. Now a hard check thrown by Richards. Dowd steps in there. They tie it up in the corner, and the face-off will come in the Norwood Norfolk zone. 3-0. Massena leading.
When those pucks come back from the point, I think those point men have got to learn to hit it on the fly. Once they stop the puck and get set up, then that lets the defensive checking forwards come at you. That's why that shot from McLean really never got in toward the net. If they can learn to hit that on the fly, they can get it off a lot quicker.
We got Frigo and Page out there playing the points now for Massena as David Romeo's line steps on. Dave Romeo, Matt Hartz out there along with Kenny Hurlbut. Behind the net, the Flyers trying to clear it out of there. It comes to Louis Fiacco. Fiacco ahead for Richards. Richards dumps it to center ice. In fact, it slides deep into the Massena zone. Bobby Page after it. Page loses the puck. In behind the net, Romeo steps in to help out. Now Page picks it up again. Page is being forechecked there, but starts to move it ahead. Mark Lattison trying to put some pressure on. Puck kept in by Searles. Now Massena clears it. It's Bobby Page. Page feeds it into the Norwood Norfolk zone. Searles after it. He and Romeo go together. The puck comes free to Richards. Richards bangs behind the net. That's Brian Richards. It comes to Page. Page trying to feed Hurl, but Louis Fiacco steps in and intercepts. Starts to move it down ice. Fiacco trying to get by David Romeo. Romeo kind of ties him up. The puck moving along the puck board in front of the bench. Romeo kicks it ahead. It's jammed away from him. Bobby Page comes up with it at the Massena blue line. Over to Frigo. Frigo at the red line now. Trying to dump it ahead. Hart gets a piece of it. It goes into the Norwood Norfolk zone, but it's back out by Searles. Searles to center ice. Now Frigo picks it up from Massena again. Frigo having trouble controlling it. Hart moving it along the boards. He's tied up. Searles picks it up. And Frigo has it in his own zone. Thanks to Mr. Stretch Patterson for the coffee. You're a good man, Paul. Puck deep in the Norwood Norfolk zone. Searles back there to the fenceman. Off the boards it goes to Louis Fiacco. Fiacco lifts it. It goes down the length of the ice. And racing back. They're going to call icing on it, though. No, I guess they waved it off. Landrio had his hand in the air, but they didn't call the icing, and it comes to Massena's McQuaig. McQuaig now down the right wing side on the off wing. Takes it in, gets by a check. McQuaig right in front, shoot. And either the goalie got a piece or it went just wide, and DeRushy has it in the corner. DeRushy gets by a check by Fiacco, takes it right out in front. Here's DeRushy. He shoots, he scores. Mark DeRushy went right across the crease, and I'll tell you, Paul Patterson called that one.
Walked right in.
He sure did. DeRushy completes his hat trick here in the second period. McQuaig will pick up one assist. There may be another one as Massena goes ahead by a 4-0 score. And again, Mark DeRushy taking advantage of his size, and he can hold on to that puck, and he waits until he has the good shots. Off the face-off, Dougie Levine with it. Levine over to Manley. Manley trying to get it out of the zone. It's kept in there momentarily, but here's Wanzer. Stevie Wanzer now overskates the puck. DeRushy picks it up, trying to backhand. It gets it right back again to lay off sides, but Massena clears. Here's DeRushy, lugging it down the right side. He's upended on the play, trying to center it to McQuaig. It's poke check back to the blue line. It's still in there, but now the Flyers will clear out to center ice. DeRushy right there to shovel it back in the zone. Stopped behind the net by Gushlaw. For Manley. Manley feeding it over on the other side of Dougie Levine. Levine for Norwood Norfolk now playing with a puck. He goes back to Manley. Manley starting to move it out left side out to center ice. Here's a 2-on-1. Here's Wanzer. Wanzer's got Scott with him. Trying to feed Scott. He shoots, and the save by Jeffrey. Scott, well, it was kind of a bouncing pass, and he didn't get a good wood on it, but he got the shot off and the save by Jeffrey. Now Northrup trying to get by a check, and he is taken out of the play by Levine. As Levine had him tied up pretty well, Shannon Scott steers it to center ice, getting it ahead for Brent Todd, who just dumps it into the Massena zone. Norwood Norfolk wants a line change, as that Wanzer line had been out there for a long time. Now the headman goes to Dowd. He tries to feed Buffy Richards. Richards steps across the blue line. His shot, and the save made by Gushlaw on the stick. Still in the zone, Buffy Richards has it in the face-off circle. Richards is upended on the play as Manley knocks him down. Frigo keeps it in, though. Now the puck bouncing along the boards. We're going to have a penalty call as soon as somebody touches the puck. They do, and we're going to have a high sticking call, and it's going to go against, I think, Todd Manley for Norwood Norfolk. We're down to 9:49, a little bit of action here the last couple of minutes in the second period. 4-0 Massena. It was Todd Manley, I believe he called. Who me? Who me? So Todd Manley will go off for high sticking, and Massena will go on the power play. Last time they had a power play, Rich, they didn't really have much of a chance because they got called for a penalty.
They got called for a penalty, so they haven't had really what you call a full power play or a full minute and a half power play. Face off in the Norwood Norfolk zone, Massena in the power play.
Bill McQuaig out there with DeRushy and Wiley. Richards and McLean are playing the points. Here's Wiley. Back to Richards, back to Wiley. Wiley right across the slot. His shot to save the rebound. Oh, DeRushy was going for number 4 there and fired it just wide. DeRushy has it poke checked away by Searles. Now the puck back into the corner. DeRushy has a jump over his stick. It comes to McQuaig. McQuaig is upended. DeRushy steps in there, helps out, speeds it back to the blue line, but it's poke checked down the ice. And back to pick it up is Buffy Richards. Richards behind the net now starts out. Here comes Richards. Headman pass from McQuaig. McQuaig steps across the blue line into the Norwood Norfolk zone. Stops, goes to McLean. McLean over to Richards. Richards winds the shot just wide. Whistles around the board. Now another penalty on Norwood Norfolk. Here's a shot. McLean shot. The save is made. The bouncing puck right in front. McLean has it. Can't control. It's touched by McKenna. And we're going to have some penalties. Apparently, the original penalty was called to Norwood Norfolk. Then Mark DeRushy picked up a penalty, and Louis Fiacco, I think, is going to get one too, because he took a run at DeRushy. And as soon as they get this sorted out, apparently the original penalty was on Fiacco as well.
He might get a double on this. I wouldn't be surprised if Fiacco would get a double.
In fact, I'll be surprised if he doesn't. Matching minors is the call here. They should be playing still 4-on-3, right? Now, I would not think the two players that got the matching minor should not be, they should be replaced on the ice, shouldn't they, Reg?
Right, there's already a man in the box. Manley's already in the box, so they should be replaced on the ice in this new rule.
And that is going to be the case.
That's the case, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We call that one right, Jerry.
Well, every once in a while,
we get one right, yeah. Law of averages.
Yeah. So McQuaig out there with Wiley, and Romeo's going to play the wing. Richards back at the point with McLean. Here comes Wiley trying to center it through. He has it poke checked away, gets it back behind the net. Now it goes to McQuaig. McQuaig trying to step by a check. Todd knocks him down. McQuaig gets back up, feeds it to McLean. McLean back to Buffy Richards at the point. Richards to McQuaig in the slot, but it bounced off his stick. McQuaig picks it up. We have a whistle. Man in the crease. No, a holding call.
In the box. You don't put them up on the board, and you don't.
8:35 is what's left in the period. The call is going to go against Massena's David Romeo for holding, and that's going to even things up here. 16 seconds left in the first penalty. So that'll even things up, and then Norwood Norfolk will, well, I'm not sure. It depends how long Fiacco is off for. See, that's the only problem with this new rule. They don't put it up on the board, and we don't know.
Well.
Was that a double minor to Fiacco?
Yeah, it was a double minor.
Okay.
Right.
Wanzer with the puck now, starts to move it out. So we're all even in manpower for the time being, at least for 1 second. Now Norwood Norfolk gets Manley back. He steps on the ice and feeds the puck into the Massena zone. Delay offside's called, but Massena's going to clear it down the length of the ice. Northrop out there, along with Richards and Page and McLean. And Norwood Norfolk also playing. No, they've got 5 players, so they are in effect on the power play.
Right.
Now it's Shannon Scott. Scott has it poke checked away. The puck goes deep in the Massena zone. Wanzer trying to come up with it. He and McLean go after it. McLean trying to steer it underneath him. Todd gets a piece of it, hits the back of the net. Now he hits the side of the net. The puck comes free. Bobby Page finds the distance and feeds it down the ice.
There's about 10 seconds left in those penalties, Jerry.
Okay. 7.5 left in the period, so we're halfway through the hockey game. Massena leading at 4-0. Now the Flyers trying to get something going again. Fiacco feeds it ahead. Richards shot from center ice. Jeffrey makes a save, leaves it behind the net. Now they jam at it. Page trying to get a piece of it. The puck goes side of the net. There's a save made. The rebound, another save. The puck sitting in front, and it goes to the side of the net as Jeffrey has the most work he's had all night. And now here comes Northrop. Romeo steps back out on the ice. And the puck comes free. Are we skating full strength now?
Skating full. All the matching minor players, of course, are still in the box. They couldn't go out until the whistle. So, all right, both Rushy and Fiacco going out now. This penalty situation a little bit different this year when we've already got one man in the box. They get matching minors. They do not put them on the board, and they do not skate shorthanded.
I have to be honest with you, Reg. I don't think I like the new rule that much.
I don't either. I don't like the rule myself.
Well,
it's difficult for the coaches. They don't know how many seconds are left in those penalties because they are not on the board.
You're listening to 1340 Radio, WMSA in Massena. Just a reminder, at the conclusion of this game, we'll be joining Dick Bartley in solid gold Saturday night, so stay tuned for that. Puck in the Norwood Norfolk zone as the Flyers try to get something going. Here's Massena right in front, and Wiley is upended on there. No, that's Hart upended on the play, and back come the Flyers. They just dump it in the Massena zone. Chilton there for the Raiders. Pick it up behind the net. He starts to move it out left side of his own goaltender. Here's Chilton. Long head-man pass. He feeds Romeo. He's going to go in all by himself. He's upended. The penalty is called. David Romeo on a beautiful pass by Chilton as he was in all by himself. Romeo is tripped, and Massena will go on the power play. And that was all that Norwood Norfolk could do to save a goal that time, was to make the trip.
Yeah, Romeo was in all alone.
Let's see.
See, that's on Fiacco, I believe.
Louis Fiacco.
Right.
So Fiacco gets the call, and he had to pretty much trip because David Romeo would have been in all by himself on Gary Gushloff.
That almost could have been the penalty shot on that.
It was close.
It was close. It was very close.
Off the face-off. The puck picked up by Massena. Chilton has it. His shot. Oh, and he caught David Romeo. It goes back to Castleman at the point. Trying to feed it around behind the net. Matt Hart has it. Centering pass right in front. They jam at it. The puck underneath everybody. Now it's Hurlbut picking up the loose puck and scoring for Massena. A power play goal for the Red Raiders. And that makes it 5-0 as Hurlbut skated in from the corner, and everybody was jamming for it. The puck squirted free, and it was sitting there. And Hurlbut, all he had to do is pick it up and put it in the net, and that's what he did. And so the Massena Red Raiders go ahead by what now? 5-0. Romeo picking up an assist. And Hart, is that? So now we're back to live action here. The Raiders start to move it ahead. Oh, Romeo puts on the Jets, but Levine takes him out of the play. Romeo trying to follow it in behind the net. He's got it. Romeo still with the puck trying to center it. It bounces back to the blue line, and back comes Norwood Norfolk. They've got a 3-on-2. Here's Wanzer down the off wing. It's poke checked away from him back out to center ice. Dougie Levine has it. Feeding it ahead to Hurlbut. Hurlbut taken out of the play by Todd. Todd ahead. We have a whistle offsides the call. And it's 5-0 Massena with 5.5 left to play here in the second period. So Massena getting a power play goal finally, although they haven't really had that many opportunities tonight.
Not really. I think that was their third power play goal, and then only one of them was like a half a power,
That's right.
half a penalty.
Now off the face-off, Buffy Richards, his line out there for Massena against the Mark Richards line for Norwood Norfolk. Timmy Dowd in behind the net with it, has it taken away. Goes back to Frigo at the point. His shot goes wide. And out to center ice. Here comes Peter McLean trying to chase it down. Oh, he and McKenna go together. We're going to have a high sticking call. And it's going to go against Massena, Scott Northrup. And I don't see too much argument there. He just skates over to the penalty box as he's called for high sticking. Now Norwood Norfolk will go on the power play. Richards and Dowd stay out there. McLean and Frigo. And Mark Richards' line stays out there. Mark Richards, Bobby Myers, and Joe McKenna. Back at the points, it's Louis Fiacco and Brian Searles. Off the face-off, Searles gets it at the red line. Fires it deep into the Massena zone. Picked up by Frigo, side of the net. His pass ahead to Dowd. Dowd moving along the boards. Mark Richards throws a check. They jam at it. Frigo comes up with it in the corner. Has it taken away. The puck right in front of the net and down the ice as Peter McLean found the leverage. In behind the net now. Louis Fiacco comes back with a minute left in the power play advantage. He drops it for Searles. Searles clears it up along the boards for McKenna. McKenna's headman pass doesn't get out. Here's McLean's shot, and it's deflected off a stick into the corner. Searles picks it up again. Searles knocked out of the play. They jam at it as Dowd lost his stick. Now Louis Fiacco passes it ahead to Bobby Myers. Myers headman pass, poke check. Fiacco follows it up. There's Fiacco trying to take it across the blue line. The puck bouncing high in the air. We have a whistle. And offsides? Offsides.
I guess he called it offside. I didn't think he had...
Looked like he was motioning it over and back in basketball.
That's what the motion was. I didn't really see it where it went over the blue line, but that's what he called it, over and back. And offside, so the face-off will be just outside the Massena blue line. Massena leads by a score of 5-0 with 4:15 left to go, second period.
Off the draw, the puck comes to Frigo in his own zone. Just looks for the hole, dumps it down the ice. 28 seconds and counting left in the Norwood Norfolk power play. Todd Manley with a puck for the Flyers. Long headman pass, gets by everybody. Not far enough for icing, though. Frigo picks it up in his own zone, about halfway in. He finds the hole and dumps it down the ice. Now Timmy Dowd's going to try to race in and pick it up. Gushlaw has it and feeds it ahead to Dougie Levine. Levine to Wanzer. Wanzer starts down the ice across the blue line. It's taken away from him at the blue line. And back comes Richards. Here comes Buffy Richards breaking down across the blue line. Richards gets by a check, shoots it right on, and the save made. And oh boy, they jam at it in the corner, and a little bit of a mix-up. We're going to have a couple of matching monitors right there.
He went in. Timmy Dowd was coming in that right wing, and as he came in, the forechecker sort of forced him, really, I think, right into the goalie. Gushlaw was unintentional, but Gushlaw went down. I tell you, he got the full brunt of Timmy Dowd going into the goalie. But in the meantime, over in the corner, let's see, Buffy Richards is going off, and probably another defenseman for Norwood Norfolk. Don't know.
No, it's Manley.
Just Manley going off.
Yeah. So we have matching minors once again. It's a good thing those nets release the way they do. And so with 3:33 left to play in the second period, we'll play 4-4 plus the goaltenders. Score is 5-0 in favor of Massena. Oh. Where are we going to face it off? Probably out at, well, let's wait and see.
I don't think there's, I guess I still think, yeah, it's going to be in the Norwood Norfolk zone.
Wanzer's out there along with Brent Todd. Did he say major penalties? I'm not sure. Was that a major penalty? We'll have to wait and see.
I don't know why they...
Anyway, the times were up on the clock, but then they came off again. We're down to 3:33 left in the period. 5-0 Massena leading. And
they're not on the clock yet. Northrop penalty had elapsed, Jerry, by 7 seconds or so. So both Richards and Manley are in the penalty box. Neither penalty has been put up on the board for some reason. Both teams will be skating a man short.
Now the two officials are discussing it.
I think they just both went off for roughing, Jerry.
That's what it looked like.
That's
they
what it looked like.
Really
They were just pushing and shoving over in the corner. For some reason, they're not on the board. They're explaining something to Tom Smith, explaining something to Mark DeRushy, of course, captain for the Massena Red Raiders. Face off in the Norwood Norfolk zone. We still don't know about the penalties.
No time's up on the clock anyway.
No.
Off the draw, comes to Frigo. His shot right in front. It didn't get through. Back to Frigo again. Trying to center it right in front. Here's DeRushy, knocked down, and the puck comes free to Brent Todd, who gets it out to center ice. Now McQuaig picks it up again across the blue line. DeRushy steps by a check, feeds it in the corner. Louis Fiacco there. Fiacco moving it along the boards, taken away by McQuaig. Comes to Frigo. Frigo trying to center it, and Fiacco intercepts and brings it back to center ice. About 3 minutes left. Fiacco bangs it off the boards, and an offside called against an icing.
No, denied icing. He let that puck go on his own side of the red line and be an icing call. Face off back in the Norwood Norfolk zone.
5-0 the score. Massena with 3:03 left to play in the second period. Still not exactly sure what that call was. But they were matching penalties of some sort.
They're both in the penalty box anyway.
That's right. We'll see how long they stay in there. Richards will take this is Richards' mark for Norwood Norfolk against McQuaig. Comes back to Frigo at the point. He winds his shot. Oh! As McQuaig was crossing, it came right through his legs, but Gushlaw kept it all away. and made the save.
Big save on that one. It was a nice low shot, and he was partially screened, but he made Gushlaw made the stick save for Norwood Norfolk. Again, face off in the Norwood Norfolk end.
McQuaig will draw against Mark Richards. Off the face, the puck comes to Peter McLean. McLean back to Frigo. Frigo passing it over to DeRushy. DeRushy gets by a check, but it's stick checked away by Richards. DeRushy trying to tie it up. He can't. Searles has it. Searles loses to McQuaig. Here's McQuaig right across the slot. Shot right on, the save made by Gushlaw. Now Frigo steps in there, dumps it into the corner. Back there's Dougie Levine. Off the boards, DeRushy stops it. DeRushy, centering pass, goes to McQuaig. McQuaig drop pass to Frigo. Frigo over to Peter McLean. He winds, his shot goes wide. Whistles around the boards. Frigo picks it up, keeps it in. Goes through to DeRushy. DeRushy, centering pass. McQuaig right in front. He shoots the save. The rebound comes back out front. And Peter McLean sprawls but can't keep it in. And Frigo has to come back for it with 2:10 left to play in the period. Off the boards, ahead to DeRushy. DeRushy feeding it for McQuaig. McQuaig getting by a check. He's got the puck in the corner center. DeRushy to shoot. And a nice save made by Gushlaw. Nice pass play, nice save.
Good pass play. It was two men, both McQuaig and DeRushy. McQuaig getting the puck from DeRushy at the blue line. McQuaig going in the left side as he did. DeRushy went down the slot. He pushed the puck over to DeRushy, got the shot off, but the good save made by Gary Gushlaw of Norwood Norfolk.
All right, so we're more than minor penalties because they're still in the box.
Right, they're still in the box. They would have been out. No, let's see. They would be out at the one. Yeah, right. They'd be out by now. I'm not sure what they were, unless they were misconducts.
That could have been.
That could have been too. It could have been misconduct. They'd have been out by now. Right.
Which would what be 7.5? Isn't it misconduct?
Yep.
There's a shot taken by Castleman. That goes wide. Northrop steps in, trying to control it. He's taken out of the play, but in to help out is Timmy Dowd. Dowd trying to kick it back to the point. Wanzer steps in there. He can't get it out. Bobby Page keeps it in. Now Levine takes it off his stick. Being it over on the other side of Fiacco. Fiacco had Wanzer, but it's stolen by Dowd. Dowd taken out of the play with 1.5 left to play here in the period. Levine has it now behind his own net. He starts to move it out. Headman pass goes to Wanzer. Here comes Steve Wanzer. Long pass. Goes by everybody deep into the Massena zone. In behind the net, Wanzer picks it up. Poke checked away. Wanzer again. Trying to get the shot off. He misfired. And back comes Northrop. Northrop breaking down the ice. Oh, he tried to split the defense. A poke check by Fiacco broke it up. Page follows up. He shoots it right on. The rebound. He jams at it. And the puck comes free into the corner. Back to the point it goes. Castleman now. For Massena, his shot is knocked down by Fiacco. We're down to a minute left to play in the period. Back to Dowd. He winds his shot. Oh, nice glove save by Gary Gushlaw.
Gary Gushlaw has made some good saves this period. A lot more action on the Norwood Norfolk and then at the Massena end. But Gushlaw, he's allowed 2 goals this period, one by DeRushy and one by Hurl. But really, he has played fairly well.
Yes, he has. That was a picture book save right there with a sprawling glove hand out. But a save nonetheless. David Romeo.
That's the one you like in the program, right?
There you go. Romeo trying to get a short side shot on, and I think perhaps Gushlaw got a save on that as well. Now back comes Norwood Norfolk, trying to get something going. That was Todd Charland. Puck controlled by Chilton for Massena. Ahead it goes to David Romeo. Romeo breaking in left side, centering pass right in front. Here's Hurlbut. Oh, and he goes into the net. Ouch.
Ooh, Boite. Kenny Hurlbut was flying on that. He's all right. Again, good thing those goalposts now are not anchored that securely because Kenny Hurlbut was really flying as he came in, took the shot. He hit the goalpost, knocking off its moorings, and if that had been really set, he'd have been hurt. A nice pass by Romeo over to Kenny Hurlbut, and again, a good save by Gushlaw.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And so, with 34 seconds left in the period, score is still 5-0 for Massena. They're going to move the face-off outside the zone as Massena caused the stoppage in play by knocking the net off its moorings. Romeo will take the draw against Shannon Scott. Off the face-off, here comes Louis Fiacco. Headman pass across the blue line. They go. Charlotte shot. Oh, and he just missed. Not by much. Comes back to Searles at the point. He's taken out of the play. The puck slides to center ice. Here comes Chilton breaking down the ice. Right where he wants to be as a defenseman, right, Reg?
Yep.
Breaking down the ice. But the play is broken up. We have a whistle, and I think we're going to have a penalty.
Looks like another penalty, I think, to Norwood Norfolk.
Searles, I think, will go off.
Again. I think he might have hit Chilton as Chilton and Romeo going down, and it's like a 2-on-2.
Let's see if that one goes up on the boards. 12 seconds, that's all that's left in the second period. Well, let's see. Oh, it's going to be a double minor, apparently, on Cyril's. We'll get the official right now. Hooking the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct, the second minor. So that totals out to 3 minutes, and Massena will go back on the power play. 12 seconds left in the period. I think both coaches will probably be glad to see the second period end, Reg.
I think so. Starting to get a little bit physical here in the second period. Of course, it's 5-0. Massena's leading with only 12 seconds to go in the period. I think both coaches maybe want to get their clubs in there and just settle them down a little bit, Jerry.
Romeo will take face-off against Wanzer. Face-off in the Norwood Norfolk zone. Chilton and Frigo out there. We have a whistle right off the draw. Hurlbut's the other forward. Somebody moved. 11 seconds left in the period. And now let's see here. Shannon Scott is coming back to the bench. And that means that somebody else. Well, wait a minute.
No, there's
2 men in the box. That's right.
Right. They're still skating 1 man short. Massena's still on the power play.
Right. And we're going to face it off again as the puck is tied up with 6 seconds left in the period.
Those penalties to Richards and Manley had to be some kind of major penalty.
Yeah, I guess it was. I guess I did hear right. 2 seconds, 1 second. Frigo gets a shot off, and Gushlaw makes the save as the whistle sounds, or whatever that thing is. And the second period ends with the Massena Red Raiders leading it on a score of 5-0. Massena leading 5-0 after 2 periods of play here at the Massena Arena. Massena leading Norwood Norfolk 5-0.
What those penalties, Joe? Oh.
Hey, ECAC as opposed to Hockey East, and I think there are going to be some hard decisions that'll have to be made before too much time passes as to what exactly they're going to do in that college hockey league. And of course, we can sit back and watch and see what happens. All right, here we have one more period of hockey to watch as the Massena Red Raiders go into the third period, leading at 5-0. Massena 5-1 on the season in the league, 7-1 overall.
They put those penalties up now, Jerry. I was questioning whether they should be put up or not, but okay, the penalties are the Richards penalty and Manley's penalty are up. There's 27 seconds to go in those 2 major penalties.
And 2:48 left in the double minor to
Searles is
Searles,
up in there for
that's
Norwood
right.
Norfolk.
So I think we're just about set to get underway here in the third period. So it's 3-on-3 right now, right? No, 4-on-3 Massena, plus the goaltenders. DeRushy and McQuaig are out there for the Raiders. Puck comes in the Norwood Norfolk zone. McLean with it at the point, feeding it from McQuaig. McQuaig over on the other side. Here's a shot by Wiley right on, the save made by Gushlaw. So he picks up right where he left off, making saves. Wiley with it, now feeds it back to McLean at the point. His shot deflected wide. Right in front they score, Bill McQuaig. DeRushy will pick up 1 assist, and McLean the other.
Well, the shot was taken back at the point. Peter McLean took the shot, and McQuaig, the save was made. McQuaig got the puck. Or DeRushy got it, threw it over to McQuaig. McQuaig picks up the goal.
So Mark DeRushy having quite an evening. He's now got 3 goals and what? 1 assist?
1 assist, I believe.
Yeah. That's incidentally, that is his 3rd hat trick this year. He's also had 3 games with 2 goals. So he's been a scoring machine this year for the Massena Red Raiders.
Penalties have elapsed on the other 2 penalties,
so
and
they
of course
knocked one off.
They'll knock one penalty off on Searles.
And we're all set now, 4-on-3 plus the goaltenders. Or 5-on-4 rather, plus the goaltenders. Bill McQuaig gets by a check, comes right in front, drop pass, the shot by DeRushy. And he fired it just wide. McQuaig now, over to DeRushy. DeRushy back to McQuaig. Massena now kind of just passing the puck around. Al McLean's going to take the shot. That goes up high on a deflection, and we'll face it off probably just inside the Norwood Norfolk zone. 1:08 left to play in the penalty. 14:11 left to play in the hockey game. Massena leading at 6-0. And let's see here. Going to have a face-off just inside the zone. Dave Romeo's line out there. Off the draw. The puck, Dougie Levine trying to get it out. Castleman keeps it in. The puck comes back for Northrop. Northrop behind the Norwood Norfolk net. Drops it back for Romeo. Romeo trying to feed it through. The puck up along the boards, and Castleman can't keep it in. Wanzer goes after it, but Chilton gets there first. Chilton upended on the play. The puck slides free. Todd gets a stick on it, and offsides will be called as Wanzer was down and inside the zone. And there's 40 seconds left now in the Massena power play, and we have 13:43 left in the hockey game. Raiders up by a 6-0 count. Romeo will take the face-off against Mark Richards, who's out there now for Norwood Norfolk. Off the draw. The puck comes to Castleman. Headman to Timmy Dowd. Dowd in on the off-wing side, trying to step by a check. The puck gets through. Dowd doesn't. He goes after it still. Finally, it's behind the net. Now it's Northrop with it, trying to tie it up. Now he feeds it back for Dowd. Dowd along the boards, picks it up, looking to drop back to the point. Here's a shot by Chilton, goes wide. The puck goes to Romeo now. Romeo trying to get underneath the check. Mark Richards steps in or takes a swipe at it. Comes to Northrop, back to Castleman. Castleman dumping to an open wing. Goes around behind the net for Northrop, who pokes it to Dowd. Dowd trying to center it. He's tied up. They jam at it, and the puck slides free to Northrop. Northrop trying to loft it back to the point. It goes off David Romeo and out to center ice. Cyril steps out on the ice, and we're back to full strength. 13:02 left to play in the hockey game. 6-0. Massena leading it. Mark Richards' line stays out there. Buffy Richards' line comes out for Massena. Richards, now we're going to have Hurlbut on one wing and Hart on the other wing. Off the draw. Hurlbut pokes it into the corner. After his Fiacco, he and Hart jam at it. Hart comes up with it. Looking to pass right in front. Here's a shot to save made by Gutschlaw. A shot taken and a quick shot by Hurlbut, I think. And the nice save made by Gary Gutschlaw. 6-0 Massena. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 so far here in the third period. Off the faceoff. They jam at it. Cyrils tries to throw a check in, and Richards tied up in the corner. And the whistle blows again, and we'll face it off one more time. 12:46 left to play in the hockey game. 6-0 Massena at the arena. Off the faceoff, the puck goes across the crease. Now the Flyers try to get something going. Here's McKenna with it behind the net. He's taken out of the play by Hurlbut. The puck slides free. It's picked up there. And back to Castleman at the point. Castleman just dumps it in the corner for Buffy Richards. Richards behind the net, circling. Now he goes back the other way. Richards comes side of the net, right in front. Net for Hurlbut. It got by a stick, and it's cleared out to center ice by Norwood Norfolk. Here's Castleman. Headman pass goes by everybody. That'll be an icing call on the Massena Red Raiders, and that may be the first icing against Massena in the hockey game.
I think it is. I don't remember of any other icings in the game at all. One thing I noticed the other night, they played 20-minute periods the other night, and I think both teams, especially Czechoslovakia, I don't think they're used to those 20-minute periods. Third period, they started to ice the puck a little bit. I think they were tired. That's a long period for, say, for a young 16, 17-year-old kids playing.
I'm surprised that they played those long periods.
So am I.
Here's a shot right on. That shot taken by Laddison, and it hit the side of the net, actually. Bobby Page comes up with the puck. Page behind his own net, starts to move it. Around the boards it goes, and slides to center ice, picked up by, let's see here, that's Valance. Now for Converse. Converse steps across the blue line. He's taken out of the play. Picking it up there is Laddison. Laddison trying to feed it ahead for Brian Richards. Brian starts out for Norwood Norfolk. Long headman pass, intercepted by Page. Page sticks it up into the stands, and we'll have a face-off.
They were changing goals for goalie for Massena.
There's one in goal for Norwood Norfolk, too.
Okay, Danny Murphy, and I just noticed now, Danny Murphy, of course, being much taller than Greg Jeffrey. And I said, gee, Greg Jeffrey has grown. I looked down there, and Danny Murphy in nets.
Dave Barry, I think, is in nets for Norwood Norfolk, too.
Changed for both teams in nets.
I noticed that at the beginning of the period, and I forgot about it. So, for all the times I've called David Barry Gary Gushelaw, I'm sorry. And I knew that Dave was in there. We're going to have a penalty against Massena. That's going to be probably a charging call. And I think it's going to go against Ransom. We'll wait and see. Todd has the puck now. Ransom touches it, and the whistle blows. Hit from behind. Close enough. So Willie Ransom will go off. Again, we'll say David Barry is in the nets for Norwood Norfolk, and Dan Murphy for Massena.
I think it's the first time we've seen Dan Murphy in the nets for Massena.
Giving Greg Jeffrey a rest, Gary Gushelaw getting a rest. Gushelaw left the game with 27 saves through 2 periods, so he had a busy evening. That's a full game of shots, isn't it, Reg?
It sure is. That's enough.
So Massena has to kill off the penalty. Fiacco has the puck behind his own net. Fiacco starts to move it. Long head man pass goes by everybody. It's knocked down. It comes to Page. Page just dumps it right back in the Norwood Norfolk zone. Page is out there with McQuaig, Wiley, and Northrup. Now the puck moves out to center ice. Wiley has it, circles right back into the Norwood Norfolk zone. Across the blue line, gets by a check, picked up by McQuaig. McQuaig moving in. Stops, circles, drops it back to the point. Here's Lou Frigo. He can't keep it in the zone. It comes out to center ice. McQuaig comes back to pick it up. Drops it to Bobby Page, who lofts it down the ice. Tell you, when McQuaig's out there killing a penalty, he is all over the place, isn't he? He's got the puck right now.
He's got the nose for the puck.
And the shot by Frigo, his shot has improved quite a lot. Lee Frigo takes that one. It's right on the ice, and the save is made by David Barry. Here's Frigo, just dumping it into the corner, Norwood Norfolk zone. 24 and counting left in the Flyer power play. About 10 minutes left in the period. Third period, Massena leading 6-0. Here comes Chris Wiley trying to center it through. He's got the puck, trying to jam it in front. Fiacco takes it off his stick. Now Cyril steps in there and feeds it around behind the net. 6 seconds left in the penalty. Fiacco ahead to Todd. Todd stops. Now drops it back for Cyrils. The penalty is up, and we're back to full and equal strength here. Here comes Todd moving down for the Flyers. His shot from center ice goes wide, and it goes in the net.
It kicked. Oh, that's a tough goal on Danny Murphy. That puck came off the boards, and Murphy went outside his crease, when I say to clear it. It kicked off his skate and went in the net. That'll be a goal for Norwood Norfolk. A tough goal for Dan Murphy to let in. Just one of those fluke goals that came off the boards.
Who took that shot? Was it Cyrils?
I'm not sure who took it.
They'll get credit for it, whoever it was. So the score is now 6-1. Here comes Dowd right back for Massena. Centering pass comes right in front. And the puck cleared around the boards. Now it comes to Dowd again in behind the Norwood Norfolk net, trying to get by a check. Dowd drops it back to the point. Peter McLean, his shot through a screen, knocked down in front. They jam at it right in front. They score! And that's going to be Scott Northrup getting the goal. On the shot from Peter McLean, Northrup from McLean. Somebody else may or may not have touched it underneath, but now Massena up by a 7-1 count with 9:07 left to play.
That goal, Norwood Norfolk, went to number 9, Todd, unassisted, of course.
Tough break. Scott Northrup getting a Massena goal. McLean. And Dowd also picks up an assist. So the Raiders ahead 7-1 now. Richards with it. He can't control it. The puck bouncing around. Picked up by Northrup. He loses it. Right back comes Norwood Norfolk's Todd Charlin. He's taken off the puck. Castleman has it from Massena. Ahead to Buffy Richards. Richards on the off wing, crosses the blue line. He gets a shot off, and the save made by David Barry. Now the puck in behind the net. Here's Richards again. Poke checked away from him by Cyrils. Cyrils for Fiacco. Fiacco moves it out. 8.5 left to play in the hockey game. Here comes Fiacco feeding it deep. The save made by Danny Murphy. He leaves behind the net. Peter McLean now moving it up along the boards for Scott Northrup. Northrup has it poke checked away, but keeping it in there is Todd Charlin. Charlin now taken out of the play by Castleman. Northrup comes back for it. Here comes Northrup. Down the left wing side. Headman pass goes to Dowd. Jumps over his stick. Deep in the corner. Buffy Richards after it. Richards over skates. The puck comes free. It's picked up there by Laddison. Laddison moves it up along the boards. Northrup takes it from him. Feeds it deep in the Norwood Norfolk zone. 8 minutes left to play. Now Richards with it. Trying to get by a check. Back to the point it goes. Here's Chilton. Shot deflected. And David Berry comes out to make the save as Hurlbut got a stick on that. Now in behind the net. Puck taken by Fiacco. Whistles it around the boards. Chilton trying to keep it in. He does. Gets by a check. Steps by another check. Chilton still has it, trying to center it. That pass is intercepted by Brian Richards. He fires it down the length of the ice. Icing will be called in Norwood Norfolk. About halfway through the period, the score remains 7-1 for the Massena Red Raiders. It's, deteriorated a little bit here the last 5 minutes, Red?
I think a little bit. Of course, there's no question about the outcome of the game with a 7-1 score. Massena leading is just a matter of, I think, getting the game over now, Jerry.
Off the face-off. Here come the Flyers. Steve Wanzer breaking down the right wing side. Bobby Page checks him out of the play. The puck slides deep in the corner. Page gets the goal.
Norwood Norfolk gets their second goal of the night. It was deflected by number 20, Scott, for Norwood Norfolk. He was standing in the slot. The shot was taken from the left point, and he just deflected enough that Dan Murphy and Nets had no chance on that one. 2 goals for Norwood Norfolk.
Off the face-off, here comes Wanzer across the blue line. He's taken out of the play. Hart comes up with it. Bangs it off the boards. Here's David Romeo. Oh, he overskates it. Has to come back for it. Now he skates it back in on the left wing side. Here comes Romeo, upended on the play. Centering pass is back for Wanzer. 6:57. Wanzer takes a shot. That goes deep into the corner. Bobby Page after it for the Massena Red Raiders. Page clears it around the boards. Hurlbut looks to tie it up. He does. And we'll have a face-off in the Massena zone with 6:47 left to play. 7-2 Massena. What was the official on that goal? Scott
from Manley. I don't think there was another assist. Manley took the shot from that left point, and Scott in the slot. Actually, his back was to the goaltender, and he had a stick and deflected it over into the corner of the net.
Mark Richards line out there for Norwood Norfolk against the, let's see here, Chad Valance line. Free go. Long headman pass goes off a stick down the length of the ice. They're going to call icing on that against Massena. Maybe it didn't touch that stick. And that'll move the faceoff back into the Massena zone. 6 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in the third period. 7-2. Massena leads. Mark Richards will take the faceoff. Richards out there with McKenna and Myers. Off the draw. The puck in the faceoff circle, bouncing around. Finally, it's Converse trying to kick it ahead. He gets it to center ice. They're trying to get by a check. Myers takes him out of the play and picks up the puck. Myers now upended. The puck comes free, and Valance has it at center ice. They jam at it, and here comes Myers again. He's just going to bounce it deep into the Massena zone. Back there's Peter McLean for the Raiders. He's upended. They're going to have a penalty on Norwood Norfolk. As soon as they touch the puck, they do. And Massena will go on the power play. It's going to be a tripping call, and it's going to go against Joe McKenna. 6:09 left to play. Massena on the power play. 7-2 lead for the Raiders. And the faceoff will come just outside the Massena zone. Bill McQuaig out there, along with line mates Chris Wiley and Mark DeRushy. Off the faceoff. They jam at it. Wiley comes up with it. Crosses the blue line. In the zone. Wiley's got 2 men on him. Trying to come up with it. They jam at it and tie it up behind the net. Wiley managed to get it free, but the whistle had blown, and they'll face it off in the Norwood Norfolk zone. 1:18 left in the Massena power play. 5:57 left in the third period. Massena up by a 7-2 score. Off the faceoff. The puck comes to Wiley, his shot. Fired it high over the net. DeRushy now digs it out of the corner. Trying to bounce it back. It goes off a skate out to center ice. McLean picks it up for Massena into his own zone. Feeding it over for Buffy Richards, the other point man. Richards ahead for Wiley. Wiley crosses the blue line right down the middle. His shot. Barry makes the save. The puck comes to McQuaig. We have a whistle.
Not sure what the call was.
Offsides?
No, I think it's a penalty call.
Penalty against Norwood Norfolk, apparently.
I missed that one.
It's going to go against
number 9.
Brent Todd. That'll give Massena a 2-man advantage here with 5:34 left to play in the hockey game. The Raiders lead it by 7-2 score. Is that holding?
I thought he said elbow. But
elbow could have been. Here's McLean. Peter with a puck now. Centering pass all the way back to the point. Buffy Richards has it. Richards into Wiley in the corner. Right in front to McLean. McLean can't get the shot off. It's cleared out to center ice. Buffy Richards with it. Massena on a 2-man advantage. 30 seconds left in that. Now Massena has to regroup at center ice. Comes to McLean. McLean ahead to DeRushy. DeRushy gets by a check or tries to. Wanzer picks it up. Trying to feed it ahead. They clear it back to the point. McLean keeps it in. Now feeding it over to Buffy Richards. Winds his shot. Score. Buffy Richards, a blast from the left point. Finds the back of the net, and Massena goes up 8-2. And let's see here. McLean will pick up 1 assist.
McLean will have 1. I'm not sure who got the other one. McLean playing that right point, threw it over to Richards playing the left point. The shot was a nice shot right along the ice, a hard slap shot.
Buffy Richards. That's it. Richards from McLean.
Right. That's a power play goal.
And that makes it 8-2. Here comes Wiley across the blue line. Massena still on now a single power play. Back to McLean at the point. McLean fakes the shot, drops it behind him for Billy McQuaig. McQuaig now feeding it behind the net. DeRushy back to McQuaig, goes all the way back to the point. Richards fakes the shot, dumps it into the corner for Wiley. Wiley moving it around, goes to McQuaig. McQuaig shot. Nice save by David Barry. Now the puck goes to Wiley, trying to feed it ahead, and that's tomahawked down the ice by Mark Richards. We're down to about 4:16 left to play. Here comes Bill McQuaig down the off-wing side. Now he takes it toward the middle, crosses the blue line. Has it poke checked away. Comes back to Richards at the point. Buffy with a puck. Now the penalty up. Richards in the slot, starting right front. They fire it just wide. Mark DeRushy on the backhand. Now McQuaig throws a check. DeRushy steps in, picks up the puck. They jam at it. Todd after it. They fight for Tiaco. Now McQuaig picks it up. Fires it right across the crease. Meant for Timmy Dowd, but he couldn't get the shot off. The puck cleared out to center ice. 3:45 and counting left to go. Now back comes Buffy Richards, a blast from center ice, and the save made by David Barry. The puck comes free behind the net. Back there to try to pick it up. They move it around. Bobby Myers with it. He's upended. The puck goes back to the point. Chilton feeding it to Northrup. Northrup trying to get it through. That's David Romeo. He can't control. Wanzer picks it up at 3.5 and clears it down into the Massena zone. McKenna racing for it, but Chilton is there first. And he circles behind his own net, starts to move it ahead. Chilton gets by 1. Feeds it ahead for Northrup. Here comes Northrup. Sweep check by Tiaco. Takes the puck away. Northrup follows into the corner. He's knocked down. And McKenna comes back to pick it up. He and Romeo go at it. Romeo throws a check. Now Northrup steps in there. They jam at it. Romeo trying to control it. McKenna comes up with it. Feeds it ahead. Back to the point it goes. They jam for it. Romeo gets the pass in the face-off circle. His shot from the left side. Knocked down in front. They jam at it right in front. A couple of good opportunities there for the Raiders, but they don't score. And that was Timmy Dowd with a couple of good chances. We have a whistle, and we're going to have a penalty.
Dowd had 2 good chances there. He was set up by David Romeo, who picked up the puck, threw it in front. And Dowd had a couple of good chances, but Barry made the save. And now Dave Romeo, maybe frustrated that Massena didn't score, goes off on a penalty.
I was curious, Randy, if you're listening, who won that football game? The Rams and the Cowboys. I was wondering who won that. Yes? 20-0.
Cowboys were shut out.
Whoa! Well, I know my usual protege, my brother Bob, is happy. He's a big Rams fan. Well, we're back to live action here. Puck in behind the Massena net now. Just 2.5 minutes left to play or so. They tie it up in the corner, and we'll face it off in the Massena zone. It's 8-2 in favor of the Red Raiders. So that one was not quite as exciting as the first game of the day in the NFL.
No.
Miami had to come from behind.
Really from behind, man. It was 21-3 at one time. They were behind. They had to come back and won 24-21.
Ooh, yes.
2 big games tomorrow. The Giants are playing tomorrow.
I don't imagine you'll be watching them, right?
I would be surprised if I watch that game, Jay. Be a few million other people, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I think we're going to be looking at the second game tomorrow more closely. A friend of mine from the Boston area is up. Off the face-off, the puck in the corner. They tie it right back up, and we'll draw again with 2:11 left to go.
With that penalty to Romeo, Massena has had 10 penalties, Norwood Norfolk 9. So pretty even on the penalties tonight.
Yep.
Big thing, though, Massena's picked up 3 power play goals. Norwood Norfolk, no power play goals.
8-2 the score for Massena. DeRushy out there will take the face-off against Shannon Scott. Off the draw it comes to Fiacco. Fiacco right in front. Here's a chance for Scott. He shoots, and the save made by Danny Murphy, and Massena clears it out to center ice. So Murphy coming up with a tough save there, and the puck back through to center ice. The Flyers dump it back into the Massena zone, 1:52 and counting. Bobby Page has it. Now he can't control it, and Murphy sprawling steers into the corner, makes a good play, and back comes Massena's DeRushy. Feeding it ahead for Buffy Richards. It's poked away from him by Manley. Richards gets it back, just wasting some time. Drops it to Frigo, and he fires it right on from the Massena blue line. 20 seconds left in the Romeo penalty. Norwood Norfolk trying to get started again as Buffy Richards intercepts the pass, trying to get out of the backhand, but breaking through is Mark Laddison across the blue line. His shot, the save made by Murphy, and Richards picks it up off the rebound. Here comes Buffy Richards back for Massena. 1-on-3. Richards breaks in on the right side. He stops, looking to waste some time. Now the Flyers come back again. They move it. It's Fiacco. Fiacco shot from center ice. Murphy makes that save. In behind the net, Frigo and Todd go after it. Now Bobby Page takes a jump over the puck, and it slides around to the corner, and Page picks it up. Here comes Page, just sticking it to center ice. We're less than a minute left to play as David Romeo's back. Page has the puck in his own zone now. 8-2 the score, Massena leading it. Headman pass. Massena will be 6-1 after this game in Northern Athletic Conference play, 8-1 overall. There's a puck in the corner. They jam at it. 30 seconds left. Puck in the Norwood Norfolk zone. Wanzer after it. They still jam at it. Tie it up. We'll have a face-off.
And again, a little pushing and shoving over there right in front of the Norwood Norfolk bench with only 23 seconds to go. I think a little frustration on Norwood Norfolk as they are losing by a score of 8-2 as we toy a little undermanned as they are missing 3 of their regulars here in tonight's game against the Massena Red Raiders.
23 seconds left to play. Let's see here. Wanzer will take the face-off against Romeo. Off the draw. Puck on the backhand goes deep in the Norwood Norfolk zone. Dougie Levine with it, clearing around the boards. Hurlbut steps in trying to come up with it. Now Wanzer kicks it aside, starts to move it. Romeo's in there. The puck goes back behind the net to Searles. He clears around the boards. McLean keeps it in. 5 seconds. That's going to take care of the hockey game right there. It's going to end with a score of 8-2 in favor of Massena. And the Red Raiders go to 5-1. I'll make that 6-1 on the season in the NAC. And 8-1 overall. Norwood Norfolk dropping to 1-9 on the season. They have yet to win a league game this year.